Hi there, this is Catcomb1 and welcome back to the New Doom Community Project. This is the fifth and final WOD my man played during a Doom interest in 2005 and 6. This is played and recorded in commemoration of the 1 year anniversary, and this is Map 14, Jailbreak. Map14 taught me one thing. It taught me that it's usually a good idea to make hay while the sun shines with melee weapons. I want a regular shotgun so I don't have to use it. Wish I had one earlier so I didn't have to use a second shell all the time. Now of course I get a super shotgun situation, but that's alright. And I already have a death. And another one because I'm being in too much of a hurry to rush back to where I was. I managed to wake up one at a time. Oh, right behind me, a Baron of Hell, but also supercharged. I wouldn't exactly call that much of a secret. I kind of just have to find the switch. Also could use a little work on texture alignment. Of course, I'm sure that's not the only level this is true for. After all, this is early to mid 2000s mapping, and quality is decent for what you'd expect to see at that time. Oh! That'll be a little more convenient for me, I hope. Of course, a level called Jailbreak isn't complete without some prison cells. Or at least, well, things that kind of resemble prison cells, because I don't know of any prisons in real life that lead directly to the outside. Of the 5 WADs she played, this is the only one that's by more than 2 authors, and in fact, being a community project, it's by more than a dozen authors. Kama Sutra and Death Tormention 3 were each by 2 authors, but none of the other ones she played were community projects. Time to try and save just a tinge of ammo. Don't see anything else to do here. But I can get a yellow key now, which... Nope, that needs a red key. I figure I'll have to explore both sides before I can get to the north. Try and keep my shots on one of the barons so I can kill one of the 2 barons. Oh no, get me up! Get me away from the fire. Of course there's fire, the Hell Knights wake up. I don't have a time to establish any kind of foothold. This area is definitely gonna kill you if you don't keep moving. And I'm really unlucky that Baron came up with me. The 2 Hell Knights and the hit scanners are enough. Except it seems this time the Baron didn't come up. It was just that particular save he stepped onto the lift, it seems like. I've got another courtyard type area. There's been an outdoor yard on the south, which is namely the south of the level. There's one on the west here. There was one on the east. I'm wondering, will there be one on the north? Well, I've got to get a red key to find out. Could have used that a little bit sooner. I did not have not had a death though. And of course I should have probably flipped those switches when I was back there, because I'm going to guess I'm gonna run into a dead end with these bows right there. Yep, because there's nothing I see behind those doors. Oh, but I do see a conspicuously misaligned texture. Oh. That gave me dibs on another very nice secret to have, because, well, that type of item is always a very nice item to have. Tag those. Now go back across. And probably there's something in these areas now. Yup. Lots of switch tagging in this section. You know, sometimes with symmetry it would be a little nice if you used a different monster at least. So it gave me some fresh cells. I wonder if I should have my plasma gun out. Well, I guess I could have probably retreated and not gotten a blast there, but 159 is still decent condition to be in. I got lucky. Telefogged the Baron on my return. Yay! Don't have to waste my plasma on that thing. kind of just a switch for the sake of having it be symmetrical and hitting a switch. But what did it take? 5 seconds? Now it's off to the north. And guess what? There's an outdoor section on the north side as well, just as I suspected. More switch tag. Oh, that'll help me. Let me just get out there in time. Try to get to the most dangerous areas. See what might be most dangerous for me rather than vulnerable. Not sure if I have to go back for cleanup, but I guess I'll go back for cleanup. Now this prison is maybe a little bit more realistic in that at least it's indoors. Oh, no one left though. They must have all come in. Seems like there's really nothing to go in the prison cells in this level for though. I wonder why they're still giving me stuff at the exit. Maybe just to stack up for the next level, I don't know. Well, it was another decent level. Not a great level, but a decent level. A bit of symmetry and, well, I guess having the outdoor prison doesn't affect the gameplay, although it's kind of unrealistic. Without those secrets, it would certainly have stayed more challenging. I guess that's what I'm kind of in, a string of decent maps. Not a string of great maps, but a string of decent maps. And of course, as soon as I say I'm in a string of decent maps, I'm gonna get this friggin' map. And it's not even because it's full of what its namesake might imply, at least not from what I remember. Now, one thing I wonder that might make a difference is there are 180 monsters here on Howd. When I was playing an easy before, how many monsters did they put in this map? Only 48. Wow. Okay. That might make a bit of a difference. But regardless to say, I remember really not liking this level very much, and perhaps the irony behind it. So this is map 15, City of Lost Souls, and perhaps the irony behind it all is that the author's comment to this map is that he always hated the original map 15 industrial zone. And while I can't call that among my favorite maps in Doom 2, I certainly liked it more than I liked this level, at least more than I liked it on easy with those drab 48 monsters. And by the way, there is only one exit in this level. It goes to map 31. The secret levels are simply part of the normal progression in this WAD, so at least I don't have to try and find the secret exit here, which when you see the scale, you'll understand why I'm kind of glad about that. And I distinctly remember this level is one Mam did not enjoy either, although her first impressions weren't too bad of it. And perhaps I can sort of see why. I mean, it's nice to just have a nice big wide open city, and those Alps are sort of cool. And perhaps the sort of my house realism was a novelty the first time she saw it. Probably less the first time I saw it, because I'm sure I played WADs with this kind of thing before, and I know doing it well in Doom isn't exactly an easy feat. Like, it's just sort of an apartment building with monsters in it. And some of the doors don't open, and some of the doors do open. And there's not much detail in the rooms other than the, quote, quasi-realism type details like the couch and the fireplace, which I guess those are never bad to see, especially if they're the first time you've seen them in a Doom wide, which certainly aren't for me, but might have been the first, or at least one of the first times for her. And ditto for the streets. There is a pretty grand city in Kama Sutra, but she never got that far. It's on map 29. Now obviously there's a lot more shooting to do on ultra violence than there was on the easy difficulties. I mean, I showed how many monsters there are, and these difficulties. And of course it wouldn't be complete without some lost souls, but actually it's more pain elementals. The outdoor action doesn't seem too bad, I guess. Having only 48 monsters in the whole level with this mammoth outdoor area probably gave me a really drab opinion on it and the easy difficulty, because that isn't much action. Here again there were 180 to scout. That's almost 4 times as many monsters. Which is why sometimes I'm skeptical about reducing the monster counts too far on lower difficulties, because the action is nice to have. I think the supplies are almost a better way to do it. Of course, once I've cleared the streets, it's gonna become the same thing that it was on the easier difficulties. So apparently they just give me a mega sphere and this ouch in the water for no real trap. Certainly the outdoor sections don't look bad, almost like a Duke Nukem city. But man, is the scale big. And I've already killed the majority of the monsters with another clump hanging out right over there. A lot of hit scanners, but there's so much room that neither them nor the lost souls really give you that much of a threat. But they are better than just being empty like it probably was on the easy difficulties. How much is that pinky in the window? Well, actually, the 3 of them. And then I guess there's also things like this, which, at least for now, it's a bunch of imps to kill, but just a dead end. Seems like everyone's got the windows open. In fact, they're only visible from one side, which is kind of odd. And then this is way more supplies than I really need. There must be a switch supposed to turn the sink on, but it doesn't do anything. And then I remember another one of my beefs. I don't mind looking at the almost Duke Nukem-esque cityscape, but the look inside these buildings becomes kind of drab once any of the quasi-realism wears off. And it seems like the author wants to give you far more supplies than you need for the infestation, even on hard. Well, I guess I found the blue key in the closet. And some of the doors, again, they don't open. And I know I couldn't jump this far out the third floor window in real life, but what the heck. Doom Guy is invulnerable to being hurt or killed by falling. And now you see why in a behemoth of this size, and given how the quality kind of is, I'm kind of glad that I don't need to search for a secret exit. Now there's a sewer, although it seems to be a clean one. I almost feel though like the author wanted to make a Duke Nukem level and in Doom and really didn't know how to do it. Locked. Locked. There's a supercharger though. I don't really care if I find out how to get to it or not. Oh. There's the red key. And I pretty clearly remember that in 2006, both me and Mam just got out of this level as soon as we could. But so why am I spending my time doing all this busy work? Just looking in all these rooms, but most of them have nothing but a lot of supplies that I don't need. I mean, it's getting to a point in which a lot of them, like the shells, I can't even take. I guess since that's a blue door, and since that has a red key there, and the red key door was by the exit, and I see a teleport right behind it, I'll do it last. Although, as I said before, I'm 100% remember that back in 2006, both me and Mam would just get out of this level as soon as we stumbled across an exit switch. But it looks like I've only one more major building to explore, so why not just do it and finish it off? Okay, well that switch gave me a partial invisibility I couldn't see until I flipped it. It's too bad there's not really a use for it. One and another partial invisibility and supercharge and all this ammo, I mean, and another partial invisibility. I mean, look at even at how overstacked this level is on supplies. Not to mention, some of the buildings look like they are very nearly a replica of other buildings. Though I don't think they're quite the same, but I've definitely seen that staircase before. I saw that sink-like thing with the switch before. I saw the couch and the fireplace a couple of times, and I just saw another couch and fireplace, and another partial invisibility that I don't need. And this closet had the blue key in it. In that building I'm pointing at over here, which this building is not that far from being a copy of. Once again, I'll go up on the 3rd floor, find out none of the doors take me anywhere, and jump out the window. And be thankful none of these doors take me anywhere, because it looks like I filled out the auto map. And in just 20 minutes I've explored all of this actually giant map in terms as far as size is concerned. And I'll take the red key. And those are megasphere that I completely don't need. I'll jump out the window. And there's no new monsters at all. I'll go in the red door and like I need a megasphere for one last Baron of Hell. And I'm missing a kill, but I don't care. I really don't care. Just look at all the ammo I have to spare at the end of this level, on top of having 200% health and 200% ammo. And that I could have probably played it a little better than I did, and I already didn't die at all. Which I guess is a silver lining. It's another level I finished without a death. I'd better be able to finish this without a death, even on hard. Yeah, I don't really like this level. I mean, I like looking at the outdoor part for a brief moment, but everything else, even on hard where there's a little more action, seems so half-baked. Especially the interiors. Who needs so many supplies like that? And it's just kind of directionless. The aesthetic is nothing interesting at all in the interior areas. Only the exterior area, only the outside is for a bit interesting to look at and run around in. And that's probably what impressed Ma'am the most at first. But yeah, she didn't like this level much easy either. And remember, on easy difficulty, instead of 180 monsters, there's only 48, and you still have all of those supplies. And we just get our standard intermission, and it's not a secret level. It's just the next level in the WAD. And from what I recall, unlike the last level, this is perhaps one of the best levels in New Doom Community Project, and is also made by like 4, 5, or even 6 different authors who contributed to this project, so it's almost like Medigo from the Nova series. So this level should hopefully be a lot more exciting, but that's a subject for the next video. Though I can't say already I probably wouldn't have kept the Wolfenstein music in there, but oh well. Talk later.